From Napa Valley Silverado Resort and Spa, home of 2 championship golf courses, Johnny Miller here with a special tour of our newly renovated North Course, the host of the Fries.com Open. We've seen the greatest of moments in the past with players like Kite, Trevino, Nicklaus, and Watson on this historic course. Plus, I've won a few times here myself. Now we're hosting the best of golf again as the PGA is back at Silverado. And right now, we've got 2 pretty exciting golfers that are teeing off for a little competition on the North. First, former touring pro and director of design here at the resort, my son Andy Miller. His opponent and friend is touring professional raised right here in the Napa Valley, who's also the 2013 winner of the Big Break NFL, Emily Talley. The first hole on the North Course is a wonderful opening hole, slightly uphill, got a bit of turn left to right, and if you want to play this hole correctly, you want to hit it down the left center of the fairway. That opens up your second shot right into the green. There's a lot more tilt on this green from back to front, sloping towards San Francisco, so you got to be careful if you're above the hole. It's very fast. Par here is a very good score. So Andy's got this right to left putt, not an easy putt at all to make the tire, and wow, a little like a chip off the old block. That one went in nicely.
2 birdies on the first hole. It's an awesome way to start a round.
Number 2 is a pretty tough par 3, really. It's uphill and usually has a little bit of a left to right wind. Playing about 180 yards, and you can hit a good shot in the center of the green. Leaves you a pretty good putt. Green does slope from back to front. Emily's avoided that deep bunker on the right, and just like that, she's hit a beauty right on the green. Got a good chance for birdie. Well, Andy's hit that solid, but just a bit right, and that wind's pushing it in that deep right bunker.
Oh, I just need 1 more foot on that shot.
You got to just make sure you open that club face and hit about 2 inches behind it and splash it right out of there. And if you do that, you can get a nice sandy.
Wow, he's so good.
Third hole in the North Course is a very demanding hole. You got a tough tee shot, got trees left, trees that block you out on the right, and then the second shot, of course, is an uphill shot. You got to be careful not to go in the 2 front bunkers. What you want to do, because this is one of the hardest greens on the golf course to putt, you want to leave your first putt underneath the hole, and Emily has done that. Now she hits her putt, as you can see, big left to right break. You don't want to go past the hole here because you could 3-putt really easily. So she's hit a good putt up there and left herself right underneath the hole.
Nice putt.
So one of the greatest stories my dad's told me was about the 1974 Kaiser here at Silverado, and he's 3 shots back of Billy Casper. Starts off first hole birdies, steps up on number 2, 200-yard par 3, flies a 3-iron right in the hole, and then goes on to birdie number 3. Erases Casper's lead, wins the tournament, and goes on to win 7 more times that year.
Now here's Andy about to tee off on 6 North, one of the longest par 4s. Wow, he hit that one a mile. One thing he does so well is to clear those hips when he first starts the downswing, and that gets the speed going. And then through the hitting zone, he keeps that club face square and right down the line. It's really a good swing. Next is a long par 3. But first, our players are enjoying the famous Silverado Burger Dogs. This spot has been a favorite of the Miller family and all the players that play this golf course throughout the years. Here's Emily hitting off in the 8th tee, and it's a tough shot because you got to cross Millican Creek, and then the creek runs all down the right side. So if you come across it and cut it, you can go right in the creek and go on the hazard. So it's a demanding tee shot. Let's see how she does.
Over the river we go.
Yeah, the second shot, no matter how close you are to the green, is not easy because this is the toughest putting green on the golf course with a lot of slope from back left to front right. So if you get above the hole, you really got to be careful. You can run it way by the hole in 3 putts. Anytime you make par on 8, even though it's a short hole, it's a good par.
Stay up, stay up.
One of the best tips for putting I actually received from my grandpa, my dad's dad. If you want that ball to get rolling and hold its line, you got to hit it right in the center of the putter. And so when you're practicing, practice that. Practice hitting that ball cleanly, not just making a good stroke, but really hitting that ball in the center of the putter.
I love the 9th hole. It's a beautiful hole. Tee shot, you want to hit a little draw if you can. Right to left hole. Got a little trouble on the right with the Millican Creek there. If you can hit your drive down the middle, you probably want to lay it up to a wedge and then go into that green, which is very shallow. Not much distance from front to back. You got to be careful that front bunker because it's deep. And if you go over the green, you got to tough up and in. So, par is a good score. You could make birdie with 3 good shots. Well, after that good front 9, the players are going to go over the back 9 and see what they can do.
I hit from the men's tees, I average about 260, and a lot of that's due to being strong in my core. I go to the gym a lot, I work out, it's very important to be strong. But I would say accuracy and being straight off the tee is far more important. So even though you don't hit it very far, being straight in the fairway is very important to your game.
10th hole is a pretty tough par 4. Straightaway hole, trees left, bunker right. You got to hit a good tee shot, and then if you can hit a good second shot over the swale and avoid the bunker on the right and the left, this is a possible birdie hole. 11th hole is the shortest par 3 on the course, a beautiful lake. In fact, I built my house in 1974 right there, right at this green. Here's my young son John and I in days gone by. A lot of good times here. Practicing my famous killer iron shots on 18 here definitely brings back great memories for me. And no one does killer iron shots better than Andy. Here he is on 15 North.
15's a tough par 3. I mean, you got a water right in front, so any shot that you really miss-hit is in the drink, and if you pull it left, you're in the bunker, and it's tough to get up and down. So anytime you're on a par 3 like that, one of the best tips I have is to just take it back and just make a nice full swing. What happens to most people on a hole like that is they get tight, right, and they don't finish their swing. Of course, the ball comes up short, goes in the water, but if you can just step up there, make a nice full swing and swing through the ball, you got a great chance of knocking it on the green.
Well, 3 holes left, and 2 are long par 5s, and the 17th is another good par 4. Well, playing on this course always takes me back to my first win here in 1974. And I remember thinking, man, I got a brand new driver with a graphite shaft. Never used a graphite till this week, even though I'd won 7 times in 1974. But this 8th tournament probably was one because I was hitting the ball so darn long. And so what I tried to do in my swing was take it back real slow, not use too much energy, and stop the minute my left shoulder touched my chin. And then pause at the top and get ready for the downswing. And at the bottom, and make sure I snapped right at impact, a little bit like a karate move, and just crush that ball and keep that face square. And if I did that, it'd go right down the middle and darn long. In fact, you mind taking over here? I got some holes to play.
Looks like my dad's gonna join us for the last couple holes. I knew he could only sit out for so long.
Dang, Andy, Dad can hit it closer than you.
The old man can still hit it pretty dang good.
Whether your big break means being top dog on a hit TV show, playing in the Fries.com Open, or just breaking 100 for the first time, you'll love these courses like we do.
As a touring pro, I play a lot of fabulous golf courses, but it's always nice to come home here and play Silverado.
Johnny Miller from Napa Valley Silverado Resort and Spa. Come on out and play these beautiful courses.